had a hard time doing that.
It's an undisputed fact that former Mayor Michael Bloomberg believed in putting his money where his mouth was. He gave a staggering $7,170,000 to various political committees and candidates from 2006 to 2012. And that included large donations to Senate Republican and Assembly Democrat campaign committees. So when I first asked Mayor de Blasio in October 2014 about charges there was something wrong with the way he was raising money to unseat Senate Republicans in order to further his agenda, this was his reply.
It's something that's been going on for a long time in the state. It's a very normal thing to provide support for party organizations.
They say it's pay to play.
It's not. There's nothing new here. For years and years, people have supported party organizations.
But Dick Dady of the good government group Citizens Union begs to differ. He says it's the way de Blasio raised the money that's the potential problem.
What the mayor has been accused of doing is essentially raising specific money for a specific committee, for a specific candidate, for a specific cause. So there was a very seamless transaction of raising money, going into the candidate committees and evading the contribution limits that exist for the candidate committees.
So is that wrong?
It is wrong.
U.S. Attorney Preet Bharara and Manhattan District Attorney Cyrus Vance are trying to determine whether Team de Blasio violated the law by circumventing campaign finance limits and earmarking large donations for specific candidates, which is a no-no. Also, there are apparently several things that differentiate Bloomberg's largesse from what Team de Blasio did.
What Mayor Bloomberg did was essentially give large contributions of his own money to these campaign committee accounts with no strings attached. Mayor Bloomberg raised it for general purposes. Mayor de Blasio has raised it for specific purposes with the idea of funding specific candidates. That is what the law particularly says is wrong.
And this just in, we're learning within the hour that some members of the mayor's inner circle have received subpoenas in the case. They include Emma Wolf, a top political advisor and the city's director of intergovernmental affairs, top fundraiser Ross Offinger, and the consulting firm Berlin Rosen, which works on the mayor's political campaigns. Now, being subpoenaed means they can be questioned and must also preserve documents. Spokeswoman Karen Hinton said, quote, "We're not commenting on the details of the investigations. All involved followed the letter of the law and are cooperating fully with the investigations." She described Emma Wolf as, quote, "a highly regarded public servant whose integrity should not be questioned."